He has an infectious mind and a slow smile. He can smell the oil. It butters the sound of a velvet roar surcering from beneath the brutish brow of the slant dragon. Someone had painted it flat black. It may have been him, or not. When it's bad, he blames the drugs. But it's not them. Not really. That wouldn't scare him so much. So mundane a reality. No, he can't remember because lately he can't seem to find the room in his head for shit that doesn't matter. If it won't tangle his legs, slow the steps of those 7 league boots, he doesn't pay it mind. Eyes the gray of sunless sky squint out the window. They flatten the reality they observe, order it and squash its stubborn stiffness into blazing transparency. The distant thunder syncopated drumbeats of the horses sent asunder set to wander the driver's mind. The screams of the beasts lightning flash across his stormy conscience, and strobe fascinations of age and horror. The heat shimmers blur the hard edge of reality and resonate with the fuzzy outlines of his ultraviolet psyche. A flash of fire, a lance of light like a clear bell pulls his eyes to ponder over the backs of the beasts yonder. A calloused hand scrapes across the desert scraggle beard. He stinks. The manure doesn't help things and mingles with the burning oil and the sickly sweet miasma. Manure? He's surprised for a moment at the smoothness of the ride. He crinkles his brow, the hand lightly cupping his chin, thinking, almost gone down another rabbit hole. Rubber. It's the rubber that makes it so smooth. A splash of light, scattered from silvered rings, accompanies the adjustment of the mirror. It's just as I thought, he thinks. I had Jesus riding shotgun and the devil in the rearview mirror all along. The slow smile comes back, and the accelerator goes down with the setting sun. A blue-white coil of smoke slides its way silkenly from the mouth of the pistol, like a soft breath from a lover's mouth. It winds and explores the sensually mechanical skin of its oiled steel womb, almost pauses and tenuously moves over the hand that birthed it. The weapon is warm and alive. It nearly breathes as it speaks its desires slickly and with a gleam to the bones of the one who holds it. There is also a sound, a song of such fury and grace it is truly sublime and powerfully subliminal. A high supersonic ping that rings in the subconscious of warm blood and parting flesh. It is a sound of chromium beauty, a voice of angels held aloft on black wings. The color comes now, a rich, velvety line of purest crimson, a vermilion of incandescent allure lit from within by the cold glow of a blade. Blood is the river that bears the carol of its sweet kiss. He can smell the sharp, acrid tang of the gunpowder. He smells the warm sweetness of the blood delicately slithering from his blade and glittering rubies. His ears hear the wet plip as they spatter onto the thick oriental rug. He can also smell the heavy aroma of the newly dead, scattered and torn about the room. Though his eyes are closed, he can see the fading glow of ebbing life in each one of his victims. It too has a taste, though it is not one savored with the tongue. For one such as he, the warm, electric flow of their souls into the swarming maw of his own is far sweeter than even the purest blood. When only darkness fills his unfaltering gaze, he opens his eyes of opalescent white. Under a hard brow they blaze in frigid intensity, and they menace from beneath the brim of a death-black hat. The paladin's hat is pulled low on his head, casting his face into somber shadow. Only his teeth, sharp like a canine's, are visible, and they shimmer wetly. Skin, pale and wan as a November moon, stretched tautly over sallow cheeks. Gradually, his breathing calms, and the snarl crawling across his lips settles into a slow smile. A smile that is somehow worse and loses none of its ferocity. The smile is a smile of excitement that is almost sexual, but so much more than that simple, bestial urge. It is a smile of fulfillment, a sated smile. No guilt, nor anger, nor malice mar its predatory charm. It is the smile of a cat with a mouse beneath its claws. He pads as silent as any cat upon the oaken floorboards, his heavy, thick-soled black boots uttering not a whisper to betray his passage. The first wave crashes fully over him in a squall of color and sound. A gale of sensations threatened to drown his senses in turbulence and confusion. He gurgles briefly in surprise before two wet holes appear violently in his face. From behind the door rushes fire and black death, a shadowed specter from which those caresses issued cocks its head for a single heartbeat. A delicate sliver of time only noticed in those forever moments found preceding imminent death. Darkness comes before the flash of candlelight along the length of a curved blade fades from the eyes that saw it. So too do the images fade as his vision rejoins itself to perceiving a singularity. His split perception centers and realigns as the last fading moments of consumed lives leave his psyche. Pinpricks of sensation skitter over his flesh, and his mind's eye follows the crawl and spark of departing energy over his limbs. must you go? Yes, it is the way of things. Why must it be this way? Mine is another road, a road dark and hallowed through the valleys of the dead. Places so dark, even the light of love can only flicker through now and again and break the long cold twilight. Where will my road go? Wherever your 7-league boots will take you. Will our roads ever cross again? Perhaps. Though because I love you, I pray they never do. Why? Because by then, your smile will have become more deadly than my own, and darker shadows would dog your heels. And what of your own hounds, then? I am a wolf and fear no hounds. I am a hunter of ages, and in darkness strike most deadly. There will come dark generations, times of ignorance and abandon, hopelessness and rage. Through it all must walk the warriors, the shadowed and illuminated, the keepers of secrets.